Whatever happened to this great nation? Crime, drugs, homelessness, and now bad inflation? I wonder if the founding fathers ever thought their valiant efforts could be all for naught. They said if we can keep it, it'll serve us well. How long must we repeat it before we can tell? When kids are trafficked into prostitution, when past presidents on just prosecution, when kids are pressured to change their pronouns, the only option may sound profound. The time has come to burn it down. Like a phoenix from the ashes, we shall rise again. We'll bust our asses and rally up to take back a country founded under God and represent the title. Like a phoenix from the ashes, we shall rise again. We'll bust our asses and rally up again to take back a country founded under God and represent the title. Downtrodden. The clock is ticking. We'll figure out how to be united again. The time is now. The media gaslights and their views are biased. They're smug and they're brash and despicably pious. And I can't understand why they tend to defend the theft of the left to the bitter end. They're taking our kids before our very eyes, cause the woke and the broke buy into all of their lies. They turn the presidency into a joke, hiding any evidence of hookers and coke. They're covering up shady business dealings instead of concern for this country's feelings. Lord knows what they're cooking up now, so the time has come to burn it down. Like a phoenix from the ashes, we shall rise again. We'll bust our asses and rally up again to take back a country founded under God and represent the title. Like a phoenix from the ashes, we shall rise again. We'll bust our asses and rally up again to take back a country founded under God and represent the title. Downtrodden. Founded under God, represent the title, downtrodden. The clock is ticking, we'll figure out how to be united again. The time is now. The clock is ticking, we'll figure out how to be united again. The time is now. They fight for your right to choose to kill babies while trying to turn our little boys into ladies. They're threatened by the right, they try to prove us wrong. Just watch the backlash after the song. They'll try to get it banned for reasons they abhor, cause they can't understand a damn metaphor. They detest how I speak the truth. I should expect a frivolous lawsuit, but we're fed up, we can't take it anymore. So I'll stick to my guns and I'll see him in court.
All right. Okay, sorry. I kicked myself out. Like, that's so Kelly. I can't work the buttons. Everybody knows that. So it's confirmation. Anyway, so we're here tonight. We're going to talk about a few things. This is our good friend Black Sun. He's joined us.
What up, y'all? What's going on?
You're live on your channel too, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it shows it right there. It shows it right there.
All right. Oh, yeah, in the corner.
And we laugh on X. You'll laugh on my X too.
Yep. X. Yeah. So, yep. X and the Arena Uncensored on my end. So, yeah.
So multiple different places. Mm-hmm. And the song that was just played, that's from a friend that was asking for me to play this song, and I will do it more. I'm just not live often, but I'm going to link it in the description for later. So when I get done, welcome everyone who's there. Of course, Josh, Callie, thanks for coming. Ex-Bootlicker, Tamil, Rich, whoever else is here in the clouds, I appreciate you. And let's get started. So the first thing, obviously, we've all already talked about these convictions. Essentially, they're a bunch of bullshit. We know that. Basically, a conviction repeated over and over and over, right? Most lawyers that have reviewed this don't really know what it's about either. But, I mean, what do you do? I'm assuming, in my opinion, that it will go to the Supreme Court and then they will shoot it down. Sorry, the cat is messing with the cords and getting in the way, so I apologize. Getting thrown off. So what do you think about it?
So, as we know, I mean, you already said that, you know, it's obviously something that's political, and not only are we seeing it, Mo and Kelly, but the world is seeing it, and you now see it in the polls. He's jumped up even more, and I know some people follow polls, some don't. I think it's very significant because, like I said, they were betting and banking on, you know, hammering this whole Trump is a felon, Trump is a felon, but Trump is a felon. But now that that's failing, the new thing, I don't know if you've heard it, Kelly, or if you've heard it, Mo, is Trump wants revenge. That's the new mantle now. And that's why they had I don't want to say that's why Trump was on Dr. Phil, but Dr. Phil brought that up. So they see that Trump is a felon, Trump is a felon, Trump is a felon's not working. So now they're saying, well, Trump wants revenge. So that's the new revenge and retribution is the new flavor of the week now.
But how many? Okay, let's be honest about this.
Revenge. Biden is the one that got revenge. My bad. I mean,
No, you're fine. You're fine.
You good, Mo? Shoot.
Biden is the one that wanted revenge. That's what they're doing. It's all through Biden. It's all through Obama. Revenge. And all this is a revenge thing because he wanted open borders. So it's revenge because he wanted open borders because he want to put America first. That's revenge. So who the dictator? Who dictating?
Well, and he mentioned too with Hillary, if that was the case, why didn't he do something with her?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, that came out of his mouth. And again, the whole felon thing, how many people do we know that are felons?
I know George Washington was a felon when King George. Like I said, Benjamin Franklin, all the founding fathers were felons.
Right, because they were considered rebels at the time.
Right.
And nobody looks at that.
Right. And what people don't know is at the time, the King of England, you know, they had a trial without them there. So that's how, you know, they basically put a death penalty on the forefather. They said, you know, we were convicting them of treason. We're convicting them of high crimes and all that and sedition and all that. And so that's why they were able to put the decree out there. When we catch these guys, we're going to hang them. So, yeah. But a lot of people, they don't, you know, read, you know, American history.
I mean,
so.
Well, I mean, and I don't even see that. I mean, a lot of people now, Mo could even tell you when he went recently to a Brewers game. They played the White Sox, a Chicago team, right? And well, you can tell him exactly what happened when this subject came up.
Oh, I was at a Chicago White Sox game, and I went to a bar. It's an all black bar, actually. Went across the street, a lady. She was a nice bartender. She was talking to me. She was kind of like Oprah. I was like, "Hey, how you doing? All right, bless you." We talking about God and stuff. We talking about the healing in the name of Jesus. We actually talking about some spiritual thing about the word of God. She said, "I go to church." She's a member of church. We were talking. All of a sudden, I told him I'm an activist. Oh, you activist? Yeah, I'm a Republican, MAGA Republican. She's like, what you mean? You support that Trump? She got screaming at me, you being mean to me. I just tipped her like $10, you know. And she was nice. I hugged her. We was like nice. She's a lady like, I'm 50, one, she like 57, really nice.
Right.
And I said, "Come back here, thanks for your hospitality." And she flipped on me and called me Uncle Tom, you sell out, Negro, you. And I'm like, hold on, what's up? Can you give me a hug? Can I have a no, I ain't hugging you now. I'm like, wow. Well, first she was all to me. She was showing me mad crazy love and stupid love. You know, and I was planning on coming back there. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to bring Kelly to the bar, you know, because they got nice little wings over there, you know. Yeah. And as she flipped on me, bro. Flipped on me.
But what happened with the people that you were talking to at the game about the...
Oh, at the game. Oh, yeah, I ain't went there. My bad. A lot of people from Chicago are, especially the south side of South Chicago, I know that are Gen X people. And they come woke people. Most of them Sox fans, right? All of them I was talking to are on our sides. And these are Hispanics. These are Mexicans.
Okay.
From Indiana, from the Wild Hundreds, from Bridgeport. I'm talking about Southsiders. And they were showing some love, man. Someone went to the same high school I went to. And so it was all mad, crazy, stupid love, man. You know, that was it. Like, wow. I think it has to do with our era, too, because a lot of people that I talk to from my old era that I grew up with are Trump supporters. 99% of them are.
So, no, but Mo, you said this lady was older, correct? She was like 57. So she's still a Gen Xer. She's still a Gen Xer. So I could understand somebody maybe in their 70s, mid 60s, but somebody that's a Gen Xer. And I mean, I'm not going to be naive and say that, you know, there's not people our age that are, I mean, I guess that are supporting Biden at this point. I wouldn't know why, but I mean, again, if you're just going based on, if you're watching, I don't know, somebody like Joy Reid every damn day, then yeah, you're going to flip out on Trump, you know, but I mean, that's why I was glad that Trump went on Dr. Phil's show, because you cannot call Dr. Phil's audience MAGA. You can't do that.
Mm-mm.
No.
And Dr. Phil asked his people, check this out, Kelly, check this out, Mo. He asked his people, would you vote for a convicted felon? 92% of them said yes.
Why not?
Well,
I mean, why not? Does that make people? It doesn't make you a bad person if necessarily. Okay, everybody who has a felony, it doesn't make them a bad person. And this isn't even. I don't even like using it because it's not really legit in this scenario. You know what I mean?
That's what I was going to say, Kelly. Are they saying it because they know that it's not legit? I mean, would it be different if the situation was different? Because it was obvious a railroad. So now that whole felony thing don't have no bite to it. But if it was a legit felony, I mean, you know, it's just like, I can't even give a scenario because we all see the bullshit. And obviously, not only does Dr. Phil see the bullshit, and he's not even a Trump supporter, but his audience. A lot of those people in the audience is like, you know, I really don't like Trump, but I really don't like what they're doing to Trump.
Right.
And so
right.
They feel like we're going to vote against the weaponization of the legal system. Like nobody wants a part of that. Nobody wants a part of that because they're like, that could be me.
Yeah, I mean, and it can, right? I've watched this many times. I've sat in a lot of courtrooms, okay, throughout my life. And I mean, some things are jaw-dropping what they get away with. Like, how does that guy who did XYZ get less time? You know, like it won't make sense to you, you know?
Right.
So this isn't new to me. That's, you know, but I imagine for a lot of people, it's, you know, it's shocking. But when they, you know, these people are playing for keeps. You know, this is just crazy. And like Josh said in the chat, and Marjorie Taylor Greene brought it up too. I know it pissed people off, but it's true. You know, you idolize George Floyd. Like, if you wanted to pick, in my opinion, if you wanted to pick somebody who really had an issue with police brutality, you could have picked other people than a George Floyd. You're going to tear up cities, make statues, and do all this shit for him. The
Right.
same guy that put a gun to a pregnant woman in a dope house, like,
Right.
he's worthy of all that, amongst
Yeah.
other crimes, right?
Mhm.
Right. Well, but again, you know, I mean, that's,
So-
I mean, you know, it's us against the left wing, the media machine, you know what I'm saying? And it's not even so much Biden himself. I mean, I will, okay, I'm gonna put the media, the Biden administration, and I want to say the so-called DOJ or legal system. Those are the three machines that we're working against. I don't even put Biden in that, because Biden, I don't even want to mention what he did the other day when he went to France and he was in the UN and he kind of shook the president of France hand. He kind of bent over and was like, and he did it twice. And then, yeah, Jill had to get him up out of there, and he didn't shake hands because they had to rush him up out of there because he did like a. And I was like, so everybody's like, you know,
Hell no.
I'm gonna let y'all man. I mean, hey, I don't know if you all seen the video.
No, I haven't seen it. I really haven't. I've just heard other people mention it, but I haven't actually seen it.
Mo, please tell me you saw the video.
I mean,
You didn't. I don't think you've seen that
that
video.
video with who?
When Biden was in France. And
No.
Yeah,
I didn't see
yeah,
that.
he
I
didn't
don't
see
know. I kind of scroll back whenever I see
I
Biden
didn't-
up there. I don't even want to know, man.
I didn't see it.
Well,
Jack.
I mean, again, it's speculation, but he did that, and Jill was like, and she rushed him up out of there. So I don't know. Maybe somebody in the chat can tell what happened, but yeah, there's a lot of speculation. Trump even talked about it today in his rally. So, and
Well,
everybody was
and then right here, and that's broke fun. Why are we buffering? I don't
Is that
know
my
what happened.
connection? Oh,
We get buffer sometimes.
yeah.
I
that's
think
you.
we're back. Can you hear me?
It was our end.
Yeah. No, y'all good.
Okay, yeah. It's I don't know what's going on, but anyway, after the conviction, Trump broke the fundraising records and went up in polls. Hopefully more people are seeing what's going down now. That is crazy. And he mentioned that today. He was in Vegas today. And I
Yes.
listened to part of the rally. I listened to part of that rally. And he was saying, you know, like on average, that'd be like $71, right? From everybody. If it went, you know, just on average, if they split it up. But I believe he said he got over $400 million. Like, they shut down 2 websites. You know, the first one the first one didn't work. Not that it didn't work. They were so many people were donating that it just came down.
Crashed,
Except
yeah.
another one, crashed. That's the word I was looking for. And same with the second one. So that's promising to know that hopefully people are seeing that this shit ain't right. I don't care if you like them or not. And this is a conversation that we have a lot about, fighting for people's rights that don't give a shit about you. They wouldn't do it for you. So essentially, you're fighting for people's rights that don't care if you wake up in the morning. But, it's principle, right? Like, you want to make sure that everybody's able to voice their opinion and feel the way they want to feel. And that kills me. So you want a conviction that bad that you don't care if you get it fairly or not?
Right.
And and the other issue with that is what happened with Clinton. And I keep talking about this Steele dossier once I learned about it, because that's a big deal. The DNC paid over $115,000. She paid like $8,000. Nothing happened. There was no conviction, no nothing.
Not only the Steele dossier, what about the What about the Epstein list? Like, where'd that go?
Well, and on Dr. Phil, we can, Trump has done a handful of interviews. Did you see the Fox News?
I didn't see that one yet, Kelly. I'm trying to keep up with
Okay.
Trump. You got so many. Like
Yeah,
when you told me about 3 of them, and when I was like, okay, I'm gonna check it out, then Dr. Phil popped up, and I'm like, oh shit, it's hard for me to keep up. So I still got to go back and watch those, and because I know he did a Fox one, and it was these two. I forgot these Asian guys. I forgot their name. They did one, and then it was another guy named Tim Pool. He did one. So yeah, he's been like knocking them out.
I didn't hear about Tim Pool.
Yeah,
I didn't.
Tim Pool interview.
Okay.
Yep,
I
Tim
didn't.
Pool.
I didn't see that. I just saw the Fox News and the Dr. Phil, and then I fell asleep watching the interview with Dr. Phil and the lawyer that was reviewing the charges. But I heard the gist of what he was talking about.
Okay.
It was interesting with Dr. Phil because he did try to get Trump to come out of, not come out of character, but he wanted him to display more emotion, right? Like
I sensed that. Yeah, I totally sensed that. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
That was, and Trump did exactly what he was supposed to do. He kept it cool. Yeah. The psychiatry thing, they try to, it's almost like he was trying to get at him a little, like, give us your weakness. But he said the honest answer. My wife, right? He doesn't want his wife reading about all this shit. It's stressful,
right.
Yeah,
exactly.
And his kids, and that's any of our weaknesses is our children. You try to pull them in on something when you know that they're completely innocent. That's going to infuriate you.
I think, and this kind of, because I know we talked about this before, Kelly, and I know when Trump got on there and said, oh, by the way, tell Oprah I said hello. I think that threw Phil off. His whole, I don't know if you were paying attention, his whole body language changed.
Yeah.
Trump threw him off from the beginning.
But that was cute though. And like I said, backstage, he was like, we had great times and she loved our key lime pie. I'll never forget that. Like, that was funny. Right. So, he's calm. I'm a little biased, but in my opinion, I'm pretty positive that Trump, he's on point and he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's facing. And to me, he answered the questions exactly the way he should have.
Right. I think he did also. To me, it just flowed naturally. You know what I'm saying? And I think, and I will say this, and this is my bias too. I felt like Phil was trying to kind of sneak in a gotcha moment. You know what I'm saying? But he was thrown off, and his body language was kind of weird. That was Phil, because usually Phil is the confident one. Whoever he's interviewing is kind of slumped over and everything. Trump was confident, and Dr. Phil was kind of slumped over. So it was kind of, like I said, but I think it was the whole Oprah thing. He's like, tell Oprah, I don't understand. We were good friends, and so I was like,
that was a good one for sure.
It was good, but I think he was being sincere though. I was like, I felt Trump.
Yep.
And Mo, he'll tell you, I know, because he told the story. It's like men and women. I mean, I know this. I don't want to turn this into a relationship show, but
I'm gonna bring it, my nigga.
Sisters get, y'all women to get mad, and we be like, what's going on? And I felt Trump. I was like, Trump was like, I don't know what happened. I felt Trump. I believed him. So
okay, now I know what you're trying to say. Like that anger that a man just wonders, what in the hell is she even angry? What could it be today?
Yeah,
right.
What is it? The simple things, or whatever. I get what you're saying.
Joe Brown was right. Let me shut up. I ain't gonna bring this.
What did Judge Joe Brown say?
I'm gonna shut up. About women.
I don't know what he said.
No,
Ain't no telling what Judge Joe
I
Brown
won't say
said.
it right here. It's a different subject. That's what he said about women.
Oh, that's another person I need to watch too, man. Judge Joe Brown be doing commentaries on this whole thing too, man. Like he be all over Fani Willis, but you know, I haven't been. Oh, and that's another thing. You know, the Fani Willis case was derailed by the well, I ain't gonna say derailed, but it ain't happening this year.
Yeah. And then the Florida case with Judge Cannon.
Yeah.
She's really doing her due diligence, right?
Yeah.
Allowing them to really put their feelers out and see what's going on. Like she wants to make sure she does this right. So, and I'm good with that, right?
Yeah.
Because that's what we want to happen, you know, that the truth prevail. It is what it is, you know, and that's what other way. We don't want like biased judge. Look at Judge Merchant and his connections. You know, the daughter, right?
The daughter,
the wife, she's an attorney,
right?
You know?
Merchant himself contributing to Biden.
Yep. Even though they say the contributions are very small, you know, they put it like, oh, he gave $10 to this and $15 to that. Okay.
It's a thought that counts.
Yeah, it's a thought that and then where he's from. And then his dad, Merchant's dad was some type of military whatever in Colombia. They're from Colombia.
Yeah. Yep.
So I mean, it's just things to consider. It seems like these people, like the guy that was working, I can't even remember his name right now, in the DOJ and dropped down to go work for the DA. Who does that? You take a pay cut and a position cut, and then it seems like they, you know, there's like a connection between Bragg, Garland, Jack Smith, all these people, you know, are kind of like this, you know. So it's weird that it, you know, now what do you expect? But to me, I just got to take all things into consideration. Like, wait a minute, like what's this guy doing here? And what's their relation? It's crazy, man. And they get away with it. That's the interesting part, you know?
Well, you know, and again, I mean, the audacity of all these, I mean, the blatant exposure, like I said, and I guess they don't even care, but all this is done is just expose, you know. And now Congress, Jim Jordan, he's asking Fani Willis, he's asking for correspondence between Fani Willis and Liz Cheney. I was like, oh shit. And the J6 committee. So yeah, so it's just like things
let's be honest, Blackson, that Congress pisses me off.
It does, yeah.
They don't have to answer. Did you see what Marjorie Taylor Greene did with Fauci? He can just sit there and essentially they plead the fifth. Don't say nothing. He just keep his mouth shut.
Yeah.
He don't have to answer anything. She's holding up the pictures like, you know, look what you've done with dogs. Look what you've done. You know, and he just gets to sit there. Like, why don't they require these people to answer the freaking question? Right.
But again, let me address that, Kelly. I think under a different administration, I think because right now the deal, because you know the Congress has to refer criminal. I forgot what criminal referral to the DOJ, but who's in charge of the DOJ? So it's like, I think the Congress knows this, and I think the Congress is waiting. And this is why now the narrative is like I said, somebody in the chat was like, oh, y'all convicted felon cheerleaders. That's not the narrative. You late, bro. Whoever said that, you late. The narrative now, let me tell you, CNN, CSNBC, all of them are saying Trump wants revenge. What does that tell y'all?
Well, that they're trying to spin a narrative, that's for sure. I don't think you want it. It tells you that, you know, we can't let that happen because if Trump gets in office, then they're coming for our heads. So,
But also, what that tells me, Kelly, is that they know Trump is winning.
well, these people are very, very, I don't know, great political theater. They're very, very tricky. Best political theater I've ever seen. I'll say that.
I mean, I've thought about that. Shout out to Snowman. I don't leave nothing off the table. Let me tell you, I don't leave nothing off the table because I heard, and I got to pull this video up, where Biden says to vote for Trump.
Really?
Maybe yeah, he was having one of his moments though.
Maybe I don't remember. I'm thinking I caught something like that, but not that exact statement. So, but holding feet to the fire, that's why I say, I know there's a lot of people that work hard behind the scenes. This is what they do. They research, they study law, people donate to have lawyers, dive into these cases, and it's not going to stop. Like if they think that they're just going to get a free one with Trump, like, oh, we're going to put him in jail. Okay, then it's going to be people that are going to work hard to get your precious Obama, your precious Clinton, and everybody else that is messed up, not cussing, I'm trying to keep my words clean. And it's just not going to stop, So
that's why Dr. Phil was like, somebody's got to stop it. You know what I'm saying? And he was meeting with Trump. He's like, look, Trump, it's going to be an endless cycle, back and forth revenge, man. Does it stop with you? You got to be the bigger person. Me personally, I think Megyn Kelly says something. She said basically, and I'm quoting Megyn Kelly, she said, you got to go after him. That's the only way they're going to learn.
But see, that's how they feel about him, and which I think is crazy. Like, oh, he's never gonna stop. He wants to be a dictator. Why you're fascist? It's like, everything gets taken out of context and twisted around and flipped back over. It's crazy, man. It's bullshit. I've never heard this man say anything other than making America great, And then we got these protesters, and this is gonna be hurtful maybe for some. But we have protesters for all these other countries but our own. It gets to a point where, simply, I don't give a shit. Okay? Am I sad that it's happening? Absolutely. I don't want it to happen. But my concern is America. And that's point blank. That's the truth. I'd be lying if I said anything different.
Let me ask you this, Kelly, because I'd be hearing that when you say, your concern is only America, does that include America going to war with a great power?
Well, absolutely.
Okay, so that's part of it. So being concerned with America, who we go to war with, is also a concern, is a domestic concern also.
Yeah. Well, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Because they're saying Biden wants regime change in Russia, and that's not going to happen without a war.
And where does that how is that his decision? And what part of the game is that?
See, I didn't want to take this into an international thing, but I'm just, that's the kind of madness that we're dealing with. Just like Trump said that Biden can sign an order today and close the border. But at the rally, he said, but if he does it, it's just because he wants to campaign and get votes, but it's too late now.
Really? I mean, in my opinion, you can always have more, but the majority of people that probably wanted or had interest in being here are already here.
Yeah.
They've been here. And Dr. Phil was showing that map of the Chinese, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting map, isn't it?
Yeah, that concerned me because they said everything's around all the agricultures around military bases. And I was like, what?
Yep.
I was like,
And
oh, that ain't good.
I see somebody in the chat talking about a Russian warship on the West Coast. Now, I don't know how true that is, but I will say I haven't seen any information on that. I will say that I was watching another YouTuber. Shout out to Sly, Super Sly. He had put up an article about some Russian spies, basically. That's what I would call them, in North Carolina. Did I say North Carolina already? I think so. And that was a military guy that they were coming looking for. Long story short, the military guy noticed that he was out there due to his camera, something like that. And he went out there to talk to him, ended up killing him and having to call the sheriff. And apparently they found another guy that had rented a car in the Midwest. So it was two dudes like going to spy on him. I haven't read the article. I seen him featured in his show the other day and I was like, what? So I found the article. But yeah, that's crazy. So that already shows, I mean, that's another incident. We've already went over some of these prior where, sleeper cells, they're already here. So who was ever trying to get in here, they're here. And,
and
if
these
the
are
Chinese
not right. These aren't mentioned just the regular murders like Lake and Riley and all them. That's not including in them. We were just talking about the sleeper cells, and then I guess you're not including the known terrorists that are in here also.
Right. And there's incidents all the time. There was just something out in NY, another thing out in New York City with a immigrant, and I believe he might have offed one or two people.
Yeah, I heard about that. I mean, hell, it's left and right though, Kelly. I mean, which, like I said, I know about Lake and Riley because she's from Georgia, but there's some other cases too that, in other areas where young women are getting killed. But my thing is, whether you talk about the border, whether you talk about the economy, whatever you want to put on that list to talk about, foreign or domestic, Biden is way at the bottom. He's way at the bottom, and the polls are showing it. And not only like you got all that, but you're weaponizing the system. And now they said a lot of that money was from people that never donated to Trump before.
Yep. And never made a donation.
So those are going to be new voters that never voted for Trump before also. Right.
Yep.
I always say if you're going to give money, you definitely going to give a vote.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. What? I mean, what else would you be doing it for? And that's the other thing.
Yeah.
See what Cindy said. Did you see the pro-Palestinians deface DC? So, and Trump mentioned that today in the rally too. Like they went and painted a bunch of red tape. And Callie had brought up when we were talking yesterday about about the red, the whole taking this, running with the red. I don't know what the red is for with the pro-Palestinian. What I wouldn't know. I don't know much about it, but I find it interesting that they can go to DC and do that. And they're not considered. They don't get in any trouble. They don't get labeled. They're free to protest. I mean, that's what we're doing,
Well, anytime you see protesters, Kelly, in a large group like that, and they're organized, they're getting paid by somebody. So a lot of times when they're getting paid by somebody, that means the local police are notified. That means, because a lot of times, a lot of people don't know this, when you protest, you need permits.
Oh yeah. Let me put a pin in that.
I've been a paid protester before.
The RNC is coming here next month, there's an issue with the ACLU because the governor put out a state of emergency, you know, all that other stuff. And they want to be able to make sure that they can protest. Well, the city of Milwaukee was like, hold up, you know, we don't really want to do that. They didn't want to give them the area to protest, and they said they're going to sue. So the bottom line is ACLU says, regardless of what Milwaukee is saying, we are coming and we are protesting, which seems a little dangerous, just because if you have an executive order put out that says any police officer in the state of Wisconsin has jurisdiction in Milwaukee through this whole RNC, okay, and they can do whatever they are trained to do within their jurisdiction.
But you said it earlier, Kelly. You said political theater. So you mean to tell me these people are back and forth talking about, you know, should we protest? No, you can't protest. Oh, we gonna sue this and that. So it's already in plan. Both sides already know that, okay, we gonna be here. The police already know they gonna be there. And so the thing is this gonna be political theater the whole time? Or the police is it gonna be another J6? Where, oh, you know, it's chaotic, but then the cameras see everybody dapping it up, and you know, but then you know, because I mean, that whole J6 thing. I mean, it reminds me of, I don't know if you heard that now it comes out as a lie, but the lady testified before Congress or the Senate and said that Trump jumped on a Secret Service guy and put him around the neck and turn the car around. And I'm like, that kind of stuff right there. And it's like, but I'm just like, come on, y'all, really? And that's how I feel about J6. That whole incident saying Trump grabbed the guy, that's how I feel about the J6.
That's a good example to say that's how I feel about it. Well, I know Trump has big interest on helping them, right? Yeah. He wants them home, and as do most of us, right? So you know, I just hope November 5th goes well. You know, too big to rig. Let's try to stick to that. You know, keep the faith, keep the hope. You know, it's
you brought it up, Kelly, and that's the big elephant in the room. So I can only tell you what Georgia's doing now. As of right now, they are looking at the voting machines, and an Obama judge said, "Yo, these machines are not right," and it's documented. And allegedly, we have some securities in place. They're not telling what it is, but they're saying basically if you get caught, you know, there's not going to be any water main breaks, ain't going to be nobody pulling out ballots in the middle of the night. It's not going to be none of that. So they're not going to they would be foolish to use the same exact 2020 methods is what I'm saying in Georgia.
Right. But then again, I heard that Garland, you know, put out something. I believe it's Garland. I haven't went and looked it up just yet. That something like you can get in trouble for contesting 2024. Like, what is that all about? I need to go verify more, but I did hear that. I think Josh or Kelly, no, we talked about it at some point, but it was somebody, I can't remember. I'm probably not, I know it was Garland, but I'm probably not telling it exactly the way it was talked about.
But that's what the whole Fani Willis case is all about. Him contesting the dang election. That's all about, the Fani Willis case.
Well, I don't even know when this became a problem. I mean, since when can't you ask questions about it or inquire if you really do feel? And Trump, and I don't care what anybody says, he is absolutely, positively, 100% sure that it was stolen from him. And if he truly believes that, how can you ever really convict him? Okay, if it was, let's say, I'm saying in air quotes, if that's not true.
That's right. I want
If that man truly believes that, how can you convict him for what he truly believes?
Hold that mic while you talking.
No, I don't want to hold.
Look.
I don't want to hold the mic.
I'll hold the mic for you.
No, I don't.
Damn it. Let's do this. Let's speak. Say it again.
Anyway, yeah. You know what I was saying.
I know what you said. I said what you said.
Yeah, I don't need to scream it, but
I'm hyping you up.
the other thing, I think I told you this before, Blackson, about the did I tell you about that? Did you get to, I know this is a little bit off subject, but did you get to watch anything with the Sean Ryan? I highly advise it when you get time. I know you're in the truck a lot. That's why I'm saying,
Okay,
if you know the audio, you got time, check it out. Just before I forget.
I'm putting all this on my list because I'm gonna pick one day and just play everything.
Or what about our friend Byron? What do you think about him? You know, they're trying to slam him on the Jim Crow when
I watched that today. Yeah, they don't have nothing, man. I mean, they really grasping for straws. I mean, because the whole racist is dead. Like, people are not buying it, and they are so scared of the big exodus of black people going over to Trump. They really, like, they are bleeding out. And so, like, what part of, I mean, whether it be goddamn Joy Reid, whether it be, I mean, the one that looked like a guy was Rachel Maddow. Like, when they gonna understand that we're not buying the racist thing? That's not working. We're not buying the racist thing. We're not buying the felon thing. We're not buying it because, y'all have blatantly railroaded this man, and who feels this more than black people? Like, black people, like we, like, and white people too, like, we feel that. Anybody been in that system, we feeling that. We feeling that.
That is probably the first thing my son said 2 years ago to me. That's the first thing he said when I was talking to him about it. Like, man, this is like, well, if it's one thing, black folks can relate to that. And I'm like, not that I hadn't heard it before, but coming from him and his generation, and I thought for him, like, it was a toss up, with Kennedy, but knowing that if you vote third, you're throwing your vote out. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, their age group, I guess I would like to look into more what their ideology is, what they're thinking. And now Juneteenth, we are going, there's a guy here that is running for state treasurer that Mo had interviewed, Orlando Owens. He has something called Move the Needle. Now, my intent is for us to go on Juneteenth and see what they're doing over there. If I could afford it, I probably would do something myself. But, this takes time, money, dedication, to do stuff like this. And he said, he's got a few people on board, but I'm really interested to see what they're doing, what they're going to do in the city. Because, I mean, we got a huge billboard that says, with Trump's face on it, that says something about, nope, not in Milwaukee. They are die hard here.
I'm gonna tell you, and I'm so happy that stuff like that is going on, Kelly, because let me tell you something. For years, you've had black people who are undercover saying, I'm not for neither party, but then they're subliminally pushing the Democrats. Now they just all out. Not all the black churches, but black churches are coming out. These so-called black power organizations are coming out. And I'm like, wait a minute. I thought the white man was the devil. Like, what are y'all doing? They coming out. So whoever Biden is paying, they're coming out and they're not hiding no more. So not only did Trump reveal the weaponization of our legal system, but he's showing these charlatans that are black power in the churches that say, oh, I'm not for neither side. And why would you vote? But now they're showing their hand. They're making it blatantly obvious.
Right. And everybody said,
what I'm saying, right?
Yeah. And everybody said 2024, the year of the great reveal, you know, that
Yeah.
and it's always been, you know, people will always tell you who they are if you let them talk
Right.
enough. You know, it doesn't
Right.
take long. So
But before
maybe,
Trump, it was hard though. It was
yeah,
hard.
yeah, right. That's why I
Because
said this is maybe what we needed. You know, everything happens for a reason.
I agree. I totally
So
agree. So yeah. So that guy, I'm sure before Trump, he was like, "Oh, the white man is a devil. We shouldn't vote for nobody." But then subliminally is you know what I'm saying? But now it's like, "Oh no, Trump." But what about Biden though? You know, and
yep,
I'm gonna tell
yep,
you the
for sure.
worst person. I don't even watch this person, Kelly Mo. I do not watch it. I think this dude is a clown. Because Al Sharpton is getting old, Jesse Jackson getting old. So who's the new
Yeah.
guy? Who am I about to say, y'all?
I thought you were going to say Al Sharpton. My bad.
Al
They're
Sharpton,
old.
Jesse Jackson, Ben Crump. Who are we? I don't know who else. Who are you talking
gotta
about?
come in
Oh,
the
you're
new
talking about a
generation.
young person? Wait a minute. Give me a second. Give me a clue. Give me a clue.
Damn.
Young gener. What's? Give
If
me
I give you a
some.
clue, it's gonna be obvious.
Okay. No,
Let me just
no.
say he got punked. He got punked by Biden. Let's just say that. I gave it away now.
He got punked. What? Who got punked by Biden?
If you don't vote for me, you ain't black.
Oh, only thing, you know who I think of? Charlemagne the God. That's who I think. That's the first person that pops in my head. Is that who you're talking about?
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay, that's the first. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh my God. He's not fit for that.
No, he's not
I
fit
know.
for that. You heard me?
He's not.
I agree.
He's not fit for that.
I totally agree. But I mean,
Blackson, do you know his? I mean, are you aware a little bit of his history? You do know that he had gotten in trouble before he got popular. He had something to do with a young girl. They settled out of court. The mom didn't want to take her through the misery of having to go to a trial. So this man's hands are not clean. I don't think he wants to really go there. But, you know.
But that's who the Democrat want. Who better to control than a person like that? They're not going to just take somebody who they can't. You got to, there's this old saying.
Well, he's been didn't you hear him recently say that he's not happy with the results of Biden, but he'll never vote for Trump? That was his recent statement. Yeah.
What kind of sense does that make? See, that's that old playbook. Oh, I don't like what Biden doing, but I ain't gonna vote for Trump. Come on now. That's the 3-card money that I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's your favorite.
It is. Because my thing is this. If you hate white people so much, if you talk bad about Trump, talk bad about Biden, and I won't say nothing. I hear all these people Trump, and don't say a word about Biden. That's a little suspicious, especially if you hate the white man.
And that I said the other day, if you don't like him, just say you don't like him. You don't have to, if it's just that you don't like Trump, freaking say it. Don't sit here and go through a whole rigmarole of why this is wrong and this and this and this. Just say you don't like him and keep it moving. I hate that.
Right, but what that does, Kelly, that takes away their street cred, their alleged street cred. You know what I mean? They can't. Like I said, the shit is so obvious now, but they can't. First of all, a lot of these people get paid by Biden. They get paid by the Democrats. They are shields. They're literally shields.
Yeah. And
so that's how you bust them out. Like, okay, if you talk bad about Trump, I just want to hear you say something about Biden. And they and they come up with all kind of excuses. They start dancing and they start, pop locking, but they will not say nothing bad about Biden. No.
He said,
and I'm too old. You guys, for the bullshit.
You can do that Trump dance good though. I can't do no pop locking. I don't even know.
Trump can't even dance, bro. That ain't rocket science. He's a white dude. He can't dance.
Dude, Trump does 2 dances. One is easy. That one's easy. He does another one. That was hard.
Yeah. You gotta hit that just right. I
Right.
can't do that
That
one.
dance is hard. I'm still trying to learn the second one, man. I'm like, what the oh shit, I can't do that one. But the other one's easy. He just,
But
that's easy.
it's funny because the rallies, a lot of them, Mo be like, I don't gotta watch, I've heard it. I get it. He
Yeah,
does repeat a lot of the same things, but I can tell that he's got somebody next to him that's kind of elbowing him with the hip, like when the whole sneaker thing, ways to or bringing them rappers on the stage, whatever it is, he's got
Oh,
on his team, helping him with that. Like, just even with his words, like when he was talking about Barron the other day in an interview, he's like, no, he's cool. He's a cool kid. Like, his verbiage, I can tell, like, okay, yeah, he's got a little bit of swag, it's for being 77.
but Kelly, he's always had swag.
Yeah, that's true. That's
because
true.
he's from New York, my nigga.
Yeah,
He's
that's
always
true.
had swag.
I'm sorry.
This is not. I mean, I'm not disagreeing with what you're saying about Trump. Doing his thing. But what I'm saying is that this is something that he's always. And I wasn't even a fan of Trump during The Apprentice. But if you look at The Apprentice, he had like Little John on there. He had Snoop Dogg on there. He had goddamn Little Scrappy on there. So he was always connected in the hip hop for 3 generations.
I believe it was like I want to say over 100 rap songs where his name is mentioned.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, even though I don't think it's the best idea to really look at celebrities and for their opinion, musicians on politics. They're probably not the best people, but they sway people.
Right. Trump is the exception. I don't listen to I won't listen to no Charlamagne the God, no Snoop Dogg, no Robert De Niro, no celebrity when it comes to politics. Trump is the exception because he used to be president and we had a booming economy and we didn't have no new wars. So I think the man knows a little bit about the politics.
Yeah, I think so.
And
who would respect, what world leader would respect Biden? For what? The only reason you would have to, I can think of in my mind, is the fact that we have a great military. But he don't get respect for that. It might be a feared respect. Like them, you got to give him a little bit because it's, you don't want to, you really don't. I guess that'd be our worst nightmare, essentially. I mean, World War III, you don't want to go to, who wants to go to war?
Well, having a great military, having a great country, having a great medical plan, it could all be thrown in a dumpster with the wrong person in charge. I mean, just look at our borders. Need I say more? Yeah. All you got to do is point to the border. When anybody want to sit up there and argue and blah, 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 just say, the border's open, right? And that the border affects our economy. There's no way around that. That's going to affect jobs. So, and that obviously affects crime. It affects human trafficking and it affects gangs. It affects drugs. Did y'all know fentanyl was coming up in here? The fentanyl death is rising. Nobody wants to talk about the fentanyl death. Here in Georgia, man, people are falling like flies.
Every 11 seconds. There's a reason why they say that. And in my mind, this is really, the cartels are involved, but why would they want to kill off their customers? To me, I point more to the Chinese. Like, this is a bigger problem from them,
Right.
So, I just, it's crazy, man. It's effed up. When I think about I'm having a bad day, right? I get out here and I'm seeing people and I think to myself, like, man, Kelly, it's really not that bad. It could be worse. The kind of stuff that I see out here, and I'm sure you probably see it too. I don't know exactly where you're at, but in any major city, man, it'll make you, it's depressing to me, people begging, they looking bad, sleeping on random porches, turning tricks. Just it's crazy out here.
Right. And I've never seen, and this is something that I've just recently started seeing this month, because we kind of work all around the city.
Rain on your head.
I'm seeing a bunch of houses are for sale. They can't sell the houses. They can't sell houses here.
Well, I mean, they got to do something. It's so damn expensive. Who can pay for it? Who can afford it? I mean, I know in our culture, we're not really used to having like multiple different family members in one house, but that's not, to me, that's something that could be absolutely plausible.
Yeah, I've thought about that, and we just need, we got 5 more months. Again, I just hope they don't cheat or try to cheat. I hope Georgia claimed they got securities in place. So I'm gonna leave it at that. And I hope every other state follows suit, do what they need to do to secure the election. Because if everything's straight on up and up, it should be a landslide.
Right. It should be.
It should be a landslide.
They make it look like, it's like a point here, a point there, like it's close. Like I said, we got a few more months, and hopefully everything goes the way we hope it goes.
And I'm talking about a landslide if hypothetically they lock up Trump. I'm talking about they for sure you're gonna win the election then. He's gonna win already. They're already making plans, like they're already Kelly,
I don't see jail though, Blackson. Do you really think jail is a possibility?
I don't.
I know other people that do. They're like, man, it could happen. I don't see it, but I don't know. I don't know what their plan is.
I don't see it either, Kelly, but at this point, they are so desperate. Again, I don't know if they're just so out of tune, because like I said, Joy Reid, it's a black woman. She should have sense to know when, and when I look at all these damn progressive black women, I gotta say they gotta know instinctively what's working and what's not working. And them, Jim Crow, she's got to know that's not work. She has to know that.
Look, he made a solid point, and I think he was on to something. He was talking about how families were together, people were married, right?
Right.
And now it seems like that is starting to slowly happen again, and would happen more. If the economy was better. Okay. Finances put stress on everybody. You can't raise children. You figure out a way, but it's just saying it's harder to raise children when you don't know where your next meal is coming from. So he had a point.
Well, let me just say this, because, the Democrats were so concerned about the large influxation of black men going on the Trump train. Well, as simple as this: when the Democrats, there was a period of time where black men just cared for themselves. I got a baby mama. But now that black men are in a state of, I got to take care of my family. I want to get a house. I want to do better.
Right.
Democrats don't serve that purpose, but Trump,
well, people are learning the game. They're learning that, man, this was a setup. You take the help, you get caught in a it's a hamster wheel. You never get out. Get out.
Right.
So, people are kind of getting hip to that, So
So
and
again, why they keep coming with the old talking points? Oh, you racist. That's saying racist. That's some 80s shit. That's some 80s shit.
Yes. When this whole conviction happened with Trump, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, that whole word is going to get thrown out the window. People have overused that word so much. And in the current climate, nobody gives a shit about it. It's not going anywhere. If people are gonna dislike you, they're just gonna dislike you, and it is what it is. People aren't gonna put stock in that if you're using that word all the time. It means nothing. You give it no meaning, when you're constantly using it.
So then, Kelly, I got two questions for you then. Number one, when do the Democrats realize that's not working? That's the first question. And I guess number two is, if they do realize it, what's their next step? Because again, racist, felony. Like, they're not winning, but they seem to not get it. So it's a two-part question. So I want to get your take on that, because it's like, damn, they not getting it. So
because
are they
I
not
think
gonna
they're
get
just convinced that people are going to automatically. We're freezing.
Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Okay. There's like a little bit of a delay for a second. But anyway, I
Little
think
glitch,
that it's
yeah.
just the same old routine. They're just confident that they have it in the bag. They're going to vote for me. It is what it is. They're just confident.
But at one point,
or they have a big.
Say that again, Kelly. I'm sorry.
It's weird. I don't know. It seems like there's some kind of delay. So I don't know if I'm talking over you or not. I want to do that. But
oh no, you good.
I just think.
I haven't paid my internet bill yet. Maybe they're trying to cut that motherfucker off.
No, I doubt it. But anyway, I just think, again, they're just so confident that they have it in the bag. They don't have to do anything. Or, Black Sun, it's the fact that they already know what they're going to do. So irregardless, that's it could only be the two, them one or two.
So you're saying they already have a plan, a contingency plan, in case they can't convince us not to vote for Trump.
I think, yeah, I just think they're gonna do, either they're so confident. I mean, what else could it be? I'd be a little bit concerned. I think my personal opinion is that the numbers that the census collect for everybody is off. Okay, but I honestly believe that the Black numbers are a lot lower than what they truly are. A 20% Black vote for Trump, he has it in the bag.
Right.
20%.
Yeah, because what you're saying is that a lot of those numbers, they're not reporting.
They're not reporting, exactly.
I totally agree.
Yep. And I think people, when it comes to that's a story for another day, but let's just keep it to the reporting part.
Okay.
People don't always report, for sure, but 20%, in my mind, that's a win.
That is
a solid win.
Right, especially if you do the math, because allegedly in 2020, Biden barely etched it out. So yeah, he would need that 20% again. And not only Kelly, not only does he need the Black vote, he needs the Palestinian vote, he needs the Muslim votes. The Muslims said they're not voting for him. He needs the Jewish vote. He needs the Hispanic vote. And all these groups are saying it's a no-go. And the first group I actually want to give credit to was up there in Dearborn. The Muslims said, we are not voting for Biden.
Yep, for sure.
They were actually the first. I want to say it was first the Muslims, then it was first it was the Muslims. And then when the whole Israel situation went down, the Jews was looking at Biden sideways because he was kind of wishy-washy with the whole Palestinian post. So then the Jews were like, no, we ain't voting for him. And then, the Blacks and Hispanics, we came in. When did I start seeing Black people like just? Oh yeah, of course the mugshot. That's when I started seeing
the mugshot when he came through.
Atlanta?
When he came through Georgia, when he came through Atlanta, getting ready to take that picture, and the people. That's when I kind of was like, okay. You know,
Right.
like this is gonna be, you know, this is gonna be right. You know, you're doing him a favor. Every time they try to, you know, assassinate his character, they
Yeah.
give him more brownie points.
Right.
So it is what it is.
Right. And you know, here in Atlanta, a lot of the local people know that, you know, when Trump came down, it shined a light on what's his name? I forgot his Young Thug. It shined a light on his case. So they're
Yeah.
talking about, yeah.
Yep. And she's in some trouble. She is
Oh yeah.
in some trouble. I mean, people can deny it all they want, but that's too much money, man. They're gonna be looking for that money for sure. So that I'm sure that'll come later down the line. But you know, a lot of times they just smack them on the wrist, but they'll throw the book at one of us, you know?
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. And again, you know, that whole Fanny fiasco, that's going to morph into something whole different. Like I said, if she, so, I mean, I guess that'd be a whole nother show, Kelly, if I damn.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
don't even want to get started with Fani Willis, but again, for those of y'all that came in late, that Fani Willis thing is, it's not going down no time soon again. So this,
Right.
the whole, yeah. But see, again, Kelly, I got to go back to the damn mistrial thing. Like, if we follow the rule of law, they gotta do a mistrial. But you know,
If they follow the rule of law. I mean, I'm not, you know, in my, I really want to say in my heart that I'm not concerned about it because
you know, a lot of people are doing that. A lot of people are not really like.
that seems too off the rails. Like, what the fuck are y'all doing, man? Like, come on, this isn't a, you know, country of you can just make up charges and, you know, pass them out. Like, you're just gonna lock up everybody you don't like. Like, come on,
Right.
you know. So, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, we're talking about with July 11th. I thought it was June 11th, but July 11th. So, you know, it'll be down to 4 months then. It'll be down to 4 months. Yeah, Lisa B said it should be a mistrial. Right, Lisa B, because they're saying the information was leaked out. So does it, Lisa B, does it snowball? Because I'm seeing a lot of people pick this up, and I was like Kelly and Mo. I was just like, oh, okay, I heard it, but I didn't put no faith into it. But now I'm starting to see people pick up on it. You know what I'm saying? And because, like, you know, I'm gonna be honest with you. When the whole Fanny thing came out, people kind of dismissed it, and you see where that damn ended up, Kelly. The damn
No,
the
sure.
whole affair was bigger than what Trump did. You know what I'm saying? This woman, her and Nathan Wade are having vacations on taxpayers' dollars. I mean, yo, what? You mean to tell me that whatever Trump allegedly did? Huh?
Oh yeah, and they have other women coming in and other people, you know, essentially whistleblowing on her. Like they seen her misappropriate funds, and it wasn't no change and breaking rules.
Right.
You know, the rules that they had within the grants, wasn't even following that. You know, it's just, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Yeah,
but I
she
think
she violated all kind of loan laws or, you know, federal what is it? Because, you know, people, you know, you and I, we know people that got in trouble for that PPP loan.
Yeah, I know people that I don't know about if they started prosecuting people, but I do know a couple people that got a PPP loan.
Right. Well, I know some people that had to pay that shit back.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, was it? I don't know. I didn't ever apply for one, so I don't really know what the rules were. But was there something with like a payment plan back for it or something? I don't know.
I don't know the details. I just know that this thing with Fanny, it just kind of reminded me of that. And then, like I said, because the DA's office, they get state funds, they get county funds, they get federal funds. And
Got
so
it.
you got people asking questions like Jim Jordan from the federal Congress. You got our Congress asking questions. You got our Senate asking questions. So you got a lot of people asking questions because they want to know what's going on with this money. And then Nathan Wade, he's in trouble with child support right now. Nobody's talking about that.
Trouble with child support. I bet.
Yeah.
I bet.
Because they're like, well, okay, you made $250,000.
Yeah. He's definitely gonna get hit with that. That's crazy.
Yeah, there's no way around that. It's already out that he got $250,000. So child support is in front of the line. They want to know, yeah, okay, Nathan White, you made $250,000.
Yeah, why didn't you report it? But then again, I'm not sure how that, every state is different. I'm not sure how that works, But
Georgia, they see, when it comes to alimony and child support, they're going after him. He's got to pay it. So I don't know how he's going to get around that shit because they already got on record. The world know he made Fani Willis paid him $250,000. So there's no way.
If he blew it, Blackson, we already know he's got to pay it back. So,
so he's going to be broke. He's going to be broke from here on out. You're talking about $250,000. If you don't make, now this is my prediction, y'all. Now we're going to have some fun here. I predict Fani Willis and Nathan Wade are going to make a reality show.
That would be good. That might be good.
Yeah, that's what I predict because I think they are in so much debt. They're in so much debt.
They should. They Blackson. That's a great idea.
That's the only way out, right? Because if they don't, they are screwed financially.
You know what? They need to call Mona Scott Young. Thank you. They need to call her. She's the one that does Love and Hip Hop.
Right.
Producer.
Right.
Yep, that's who they need, Mona Scott Young. And
that's
real quick, let me say this.
Okay.
Hey Cindy, Scrimshaw, I seen you too. Nana J and Moose Man, how have you been? I haven't seen him in forever. Good to see you, sir. Lisa B. Yeah, I had to say that. I'm like, I seen the name and I thought, I haven't seen Moose Man in ages. It's been like 7 years. No, I'm lying. It's been a minute.
Moose Man, you mean the copyright that because they're gonna make a reality TV show, but he said name it Wade My Fanny. It's gonna be something quirky. It's gonna be something quirky because they're gonna be in such debt. They're not gonna be able to both, like I said, Nathan Wade owes $250,000 in child. I mean, that's there ain't no way around that. They're gonna want that goddamn alimony, they're gonna want that child support. Fani Willis.
Hey, Fanny don't mind. Drizzle. That's that soft guy era.
Right. So I see them doing a reality show to get out of that finance. If not, they're gonna be fucked up financially. They're gonna be fucked up. And them being lawyers, that's gonna be shot.
Well, hey, they got wait, did Bradley remove himself from any connection with Wade, like representing him?
Man, Bradley's an idiot, man. He's so damn loyal to them. Like he don't even, man, he's an idiot, man. So I don't know if you remember what was that damn, and she quit. I forgot the damn DA's name. Oh my God, what is her name? Her name was hold on. Her name was what was her name? But she was the head DA and she was good, the white lady. And she quit after that.
Not the lady we seen. She didn't quit, right? Not the lady in her husband. She did?
Well, are we talking about the same person?
I forget her name. What was that lady? Was her name? I want to say it wasn't Merchant, wasn't?
No, it was what was her name? Damn, what was her name? No, she quit.
Oh, maybe somebody in the chat.
When she put you just said his name. Damn, I forgot his name that quick. He's such a damn
Bradley?
idiot. Bradley, yeah. When she put Bradley on the stand, she threw Bradley under the bus. Remember, because she was like, well, didn't you
Yeah, that lady quit.
Yeah, she quit.
Wasn't her name Merchant? I know. Maybe I got the Merchant in my head from the lawyer in New York.
Oh,
but
give me a second.
Callie knows. I bet Callie knows. Wait a second, she'll know her name. But I didn't think she quit. That's crazy. I didn't know that. I wonder why she quit.
Yeah, she quit.
Maybe she was just tired of all the bullshit. Now, see what Cindy said. I heard they're going after the judge from New York. Saw a document saying that it was going to Supreme Courts. Well, we have heard like a rumor that in New York, apparently somebody related to a juror reported that the judge gave them either a note or a verbal issued a verbal statement saying he has to be guilty, but we don't know this to be true, and we haven't seen any type of investigation or anything on it, but I did hear it.
We haven't seen no investigation.
Yeah, Ashley Merchant. Her name was Ash. So I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Yeah. Okay. Merchant. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Kelly, she quit. She quit, but nobody's talking about it. She quit that same day when she threw. Now, this is my theory. She wasn't supposed to throw what's the name under the bus, but she did. And I think her and Fani Willis fell out over that. And once she saw the bigger picture and she just saw that they were lying, and then Fani Willis wasn't supposed to get on the stand. Ashley Merchant was trying to keep her off of the damn Ashley Merchant. No, Ashley Merchant.
You're talking to the dark-haired white lady.
Yeah.
Okay, the Ashley Merchant has blonde hair.
Ashley Merchant didn't quit. I'm sorry. Ashley Merchant is on the Trump team. I'm talking about the prosecution.
Right. You're talking about the brown-haired white lady. I don't remember her name, though. I don't remember her name.
Yeah. No. Ashley Merchant is on the Trump team. No, Ashley Merchant. I'm sorry, Callie. Ashley Merchant didn't quit. It's the prosecutor lady quit.
Okay. Yeah, I don't remember her name. Now, see, I know Cindy's saying they should on Instagram. Cindy, if you have a link, feel free to drop it. But Moose Man is saying actually a juror leaked the verdict of guilty even before the jury was in. That's mistrial.
Yeah. It leaked the day before. It leaked the day before.
Oh, thank you, Nana J. I appreciate it. They're phony anyway, you know. I bought them off Amazon. I probably got like 10 different pairs. I just don't wear them. I probably need real ones, but yeah, it's totally for show. But yeah, Mo saw something on Facebook too. Yes, Juror sent Michael Anderson on Facebook the message 2 days ago. I'm assuming you were saying, yeah, I remember hearing about it. I don't know yet. And
I found it.
You found it. Okay.
The lady in the middle. That's the one who quit.
Yeah, but what's her name? I know who you're talking about. I knew her face, but I couldn't remember her name.
Let me show Callie. Yeah, Callie, whoever that lady is, that's not Ashley Merchant. That lady quit in the middle. She quit.
I remember her.
Anna Cross.
Okay. Yep. I remember her now. Yeah. For sure.
In fact, I named it. In fact, you all seen the video. It says DA Anna Cross has resigned from Trump case. Yep. I was the first person to cover that. I got like 16,000 views on that, y'all. Yep.
Wow. Okay. Good for you. Yeah. Good for you. I didn't even know.
Nobody called it. I was the only one that called it. I was like, "Name, nobody's not talking about this."
Yeah. I didn't know at all.
Yeah, because number one, she threw Bradley under the bus. Number two, she saw that everybody was lying, And number three, she was trying to keep Fani Willis off of the damn storm.
Okay, now it makes sense. Yeah. She didn't seem too enthused when she was in that courtroom a couple of times. Like, that wasn't what she was looking. She didn't want to work with that.
No,
So it makes sense. She didn't. Yeah, she wasn't.
Anna Cross. Yeah, so Callie,
yeah.
Anna Cross. Yeah, Anna Cross quit. Yeah, she said, "Peace, deuces, I'm out." Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And I think,
huh?
I was just gonna say that I think Callie's right that we got to wait and see if all this stuff is confirmed. They're gonna have to make sure that the statement from all the statements are real and true.
Okay, so then I got to ask you and Kelly a question. What about the letter that the judge sent out saying that the shit was leaked? Like,
well, yeah, I guess. The only thing I can say on that is we just got to wait for a solid confirmation, something, because that would be even what Mooseman said. I mean, yeah, that would be a mistrial. That doesn't make sense. And to think that they would be just this sloppy would blow my mind. I wouldn't imagine. Yeah, because I mean, for what? I mean,
they've been nothing but sloppy since they damn came after Trump. They've been nothing but sloppy.
I know, but that's crazy to me. Like, you're just going to sit up there and tell the whole jury, or give them a paper. That's incriminating yourself right there. You're better off to make a verbal statement, but a paper. But even so, remember what Trump was saying in the Dr. Phil interview, that if he would have got on the stand, remember I said that earlier, and said that July 5th was sunny and it was a great day. And July 5th, actually, it rained. The judge was going to hit him with that. So he couldn't even get on that stand,
Right.
It's crazy, man. Yeah, it is. It's kangaroo court for sure. For sure.
Well, what Trump didn't know, but most attorneys know, and most people know this, but Trump ain't never been in the legal world, is that you do not get on the stand. You do not. And his lawyers told him that. But Trump is naive to this whole thing. He ain't never been convicted of nothing. So he was like,
but if you don't, like I said, if you don't think you're guilty, which I'm not gonna lie, I have met a couple people in my life doing prison reform that would, they didn't want to admit their guilt at all, right? Only a couple. Right. And they wanted to get on the stand. It's like, no, hold up, don't do it.
Yeah, that's the golden rule. Don't get on the stand. Yep.
But in Trump's case, I do believe that he is innocent and he believes he's innocent. So why not get on the stand? If you don't think you're guilty, if you ain't done nothing wrong, you would think in your mind, let me defend myself. But I get it. I understand.
I get it too, but this is not a normal case because that's why it should be a mistrial, because that they already determined, we're going to find Trump guilty. It was already been determined. So what difference does it make if he get on the stand or get on the stand, because they done already found him guilty.
Right.
And that's why that thing will lead to a mistrial. But again, Kelly, I saw the thing, the letter. The judge acknowledged this shit got leaked out and we need to goddamn. So apparently this is a serious matter. Because you can get you can get charged for leaking out shit like that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. The only document that matters is the letter from Judge Merchant at this point. Yeah. I guess. We'll see. It's gonna come out, right? We'll see.
Wait, what is Kelly talking about? Kelly, what are you talking about? Hold on. I wish we could get Kelly.
Apparently, it was a letter. It was a letter that
and it had a letterhead. I seen the letter, right? So
you know what? I wonder if I wonder if Josh is around. He might have left. I was gonna say I'll send him the link. I'm pretty sure he knows, because I know Callie can't come up. If you can, Josh, I know you probably know the scenario better than we do. I don't really know that, so. Or maybe she can explain. I don't know exactly. I think what she's saying is the only document that matters is a letter that would have came from Merchant.
Right.
You know, not a letter
Or email.
to the Supreme Court. You know what I mean? Like, I guess maybe the evidence, right? Like the actual evidence of him producing a letter telling the jurors that it has to be a guilty verdict. Do you see what I'm saying? I think that's what I could be totally off.
Okay, that's what she's saying. Right.
Yeah.
I don't think he's that stupid. So, but again,
That's why I said I don't think so, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, they've been so sloppy. I mean, nothing
Well, don't phase you.
it's not, because again, right now, and that's why I didn't get my hopes up. When you put out a verdict before the actual verdict, that's a mistrial. But are they gonna go by the rules and bend the rules because of Trump? That's why I'm just like, but I'm seeing all the kind of violations. I mean, it's like you can tear that whole, because you know that this is gonna get overturned and Trump's gonna win.
Yeah.
All these cases. If every single of these cases actually went forward and they went to the Supreme Court, he will win.
Well, and I would think with being being an ex-president and the presidential candidate, right, that there would be some way to expedite everything. Like you would think that this could go to a Supreme Court pretty quick or another judge. You would think that they could be able to get these things figured out relatively fast. That would be my assumption. I don't know what's holding them up. What's more important than the presidential candidate and an ex-president?
Well, I'm still waiting on the presidential immunity because that'll knock out a lot of stuff right there.
Yeah, for sure.
Presidential immunity will knock out Jack Smith's case for sure. Like presidential immunity come out, the documents case is over with.
Well, and even the issue with Merrick Garland appointing Jack Smith, and if he even had the authority to pull up these charges or pursue them.
Yep.
That's a big issue too.
Yep.
And it's crazy, man. I don't know. I think normal people, unfortunately, this needed to be seen, right? Because a lot of people don't understand how corrupt these people have actually been. And so the country needed to see this for whatever reason, be it to open their eyes, even if it's not necessarily a support for Trump, which I would think you would just under the guise of look what's happening, or just to know that this actually happens in our country. And you brought up human trafficking, which I think is such a big deal. And Trump is one of the presidents that has focused on that. I would like to hear him talk about it more. I think he might have mentioned it. I don't know which interview it was in because I've watched so many, I get him confused now. But he did bring that up, because trafficking is huge. Josh is here. I'm going to bring him up on the stage.
Okay, good deal.
Josh.
Good evening, everybody. How the hell are we?
Just peachy. Living the dream.
Living the dream. That's right.
So
we'll see, Josh, man.
Yeah, it's been a minute. So we were
hey everybody.
Oh, there you are. We were gonna see if you could potentially break down what Callie was saying about shoot. You know what? He accidentally hit the button when he was
that's what he did. Yep. He was trying to wipe the screen. Yep.
He'll be back. Yep. Yeah, good one, Moose Man. He said Ray Charles could see this.
Yep.
Absolutely. Speaking of that, just to go off subject for a second.
Okay.
I found that funny to hear about that. Who's that one guy? What's that one musician that was blind that played Stevie Wonder?
Uh-huh.
I just heard recently, like he can actually see, and I never knew that. He does. I don't think he has all his vision, but he can see enough. I never heard that until recently. But anyway, Josh.
Yes, I'm here.
I wanted to ask you if you could potentially explain what Callie was talking about letter from the judge and if the documents are official before we jump to conclusions.
Well, the letters from the judges are official. Now, is the post official? Is it true? I don't know. But if something like this to come out that could exonerate Trump on that whole trial comes out, I mean, it's just weird that they threw it out there, because it's not going to help them at all. It's going to totally exonerate him if it's true, or at least give him a mistrial. So there's due diligence being done there, and people are talking to people, and people are doing what they need to do. Will anything come of it? I don't know, but it is definitely something to talk about.
Well, why would they? I mean, me and Blackson are both thinking the same thing. Why would they be so stupid to do something that, like, forward to cook themselves? Why would they do that?
They had to get ahead of it, because if somebody else exposed it from Trump's side, they would have been accused of hiding it. So if they throw it out there, they could throw it out there and let the chips fall where they may, but they had to get ahead of it before the other side. That's always the case with stuff like this. It had to get out there before they did it, before the other side found it.
But Josh, doesn't it want to have the same results though? I mean, it's still leaked. I mean, It's still Trump is guilty before the actual verdict. So I mean, whether Trump
that's only if it's true. It's got to be verified. I mean, it's hard to prove that kind of stuff. You can't just because there's a billion posts about it. Why this one was singled out and why everything else, it may give validity to it, but I mean, I guarantee you, Trump's team's all over it. They want to talk to this guy. They want to find out if he is related. Now, in my opinion, if that person is related to a juror, it doesn't matter if it was said or not. It's a mistrial.
Yeah. So to wait and see. Only if it's
so then I got to ask you, Josh, what type of scenario would save their case against Trump? Like, because I mean, it's out there.
It's just. They're not related. It was just a bullshit post that gained a lot of traction. And once it got to the higher ups, they felt they had to bring it to mind. They might have done this just to give everybody hope, just to dash them dreams later because they know it's bullshit. It's a lot of things that it could be. But if the person ain't related to a juror and it was just a shit post from a guy that just does that, it's just a distraction.
Right.
That's all it is.
And we really got to be careful with that too.
Gotcha.
I mean, I think that's a big deal. How many months do we got left? 5 until election time.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry too much about it. I mean, you just live your life and day to day, man. I mean, we all know what we're going to do on November 5th. And, but as you're seeing all over the place, I don't know if you guys have heard this or not, but the French president Macron just basically disbanded the entire government that won. The right won, so he disbanded them all, and he's going to have a legislature session to put people in. So even if you win the elections and everything, they'll just say, "No, we don't care.
We don't want you. Yeah, we're going to do what we want to do." That's crazy. Well, I mean, I'm pretty sure they plan to do that anyway. So
come on, Black Sun, you don't even notice the new place. Come on, Black Sun.
Oh, let me see. I'm on the way, Josh. I'm trying to look. Shit.
Yeah.
I can't show you everything. Because I'm just kidding. I'm not like that.
You want to place, man. It is hard.
Man, I'll show you when we go backstage after the show. I'll show you.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna get ready and end it anyway because I want to eat. I'm hungry than a mofo. And it's been about we're going on an hour and 40 minutes, so we've been up here for a minute anyway. Is there anything? Huh? What'd you say?
Just live the dream, man. Don't let all this shit over to rule your life, and it'll be all right.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be all right.
Yeah, for sure. And I kind of agree with that. I kind of do agree that they want to see that. They want to see him in jail, be it for 4 hours, 24, 48, whatever it may be. I think they want to see that. Trump has never been in trouble. Why couldn't they let murderers out?
I don't think they're going to do that. I really don't.
Think they're going to do what? Put him in jail?
Nope.
don't think so either, but people say it. I think they want to
Oh
do it.
yeah.
But I mean, for somebody
Right.
who's never
I think
ever and it's president,
they
no way, man.
you want to see what they don't want to hurt Trump. They want to hurt Trump's ability to win. So in order to do that, you got to keep Trump in a singular location, either in court or at home. Max I'm seeing is an ankle monitor at Mar-a-Lago. I mean, that's the max. But I mean, he's going to appeal it, and once it goes to appeal, they're not going to be able to do anything.
Right. Good night, Nana J. Thanks.
Now, Josh, does his gag order end?
At sentencing, I think.
Okay. Okay.
That's crazy, man. Just imagine that. I know Callie last week was talking about the 13 things that have happened that would change basically life as we know it. I mean, the president getting his First Amendment right taken from him is pretty fucking crazy, if you ask me. I mean, where does that happen at?
You see, it doesn't matter because it's such a conundrum and a bubble that everybody live in that they don't even see what's happening. They refuse to see it. And anytime you try to talk politics or policy with these people, all they got is to bash Trump and what Trump's going on in Trump's life. They don't have anything they can stand on with policy. So it's just literally, oh, Trump did this, Trump did that. What about Trump? You ask about, hey, how come Biden did what he did with an 11-year-old in the shower? But did you hear what Trump did? It's like, did you hear what Trump did? I'm like, I know what Trump did, and I don't care what Trump did. He could grab him by all he wants. I don't care.
Right.
They were adults.
Yeah. No.
Anyway.
That's why I said it's easier for people to just say you don't freaking like them. If you just say that, why take somebody through a whole bunch of other shit when you can just simply say I don't like them?
But it messes up their whole narrative, Kelly.
Well, and half the people out here that are doing it, they're, bunch of fucking morons anyway. All they want to do is sit there and tout and try to make a penny off of hating Trump. Everybody can jump on that train. I mean,
I didn't really know there was money for hating Trump, but hey.
Well, when you're trying to build your channel up, I mean, you'll get them clicks. Dude, anybody, when it says bashing, and if you put Trump in the title, they'll click over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys, thanks for coming. Have a good evening. Just hold on. Don't go nowhere. You guys, talk to the chat. Thank you. Thank you for everybody that came. I appreciate it. And
you can send all housewarming gifts to Kelly Ray's Cash App, and she'll make sure I get it. Just saying. I'm just throw that out there. Sorry, Kelly.
You're funny.
Thank you, Kelly.
All right. Good night.
All right. Peace, everyone.
Wait.